Hey guys, my name is RJ, this is The Secret Stacks, and today I'm going over my randomly stupid thoughts about Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And of course, this video will be part of my Harry Potter House Cup comments game for points in Eternal Glory. So if you want to play, the rules will be down below, but just a reminder, when you leave a comment, make sure to leave your Hogwarts house so I know who to give the points to individually and for the houses. And let me just start off by saying, I know that a lot of people say that this is their least favorite book, and sort of the echo chamber. I've heard it so often I started to believe it, but after this reread, I'm willing to make the argument that this book is criminally underrated. First of all, it's just hilarious. The combination of Dobby and Professor Lockhart is like, there have been inappropriate bursting out laughing listening to the audiobook. And let me just say, Dobby is he's going to be part of the Harry Potter team because his natural inclination, his first instinct is to say, all right, I want to do the right thing. I want to save Harry's life. How do I do it? Well, let me do it in the most dangerous, most ridiculous, least logical way possible, which is pretty much how Harry, Ron, and Hermione tackle all of their problems. The other big theme in this book, and more so than the first book, is really an emphasis on the houses. And in particular, it got me thinking, wouldn't it be so interesting if Harry had actually been sorted into Slytherin to begin with? Really, almost everyone in Gryffindor could have been sorted into a different house. You have Hermione would have made a great Ravenclaw, Neville is a Hufflepuff, hands down. Ron is Hufflepuffian as well, although he's the most traditionally Gryffindor, which Gryffindor really boils down to just anybody who doesn't quite fit stereotypically in the other houses because they're a little more well-rounded. I think it's silly how little interaction there is between the houses unless you count the Slytherin, Gryffindor, like Jets and the Sharks blood feud, which gets a little bit silly. It would make a much more interesting, more complex story if, say, everyone had been sorted into different houses. First of all, Draco and Harry's relationship would have been a lot more complicated, dynamic, really interesting if Harry had tried to play the good guy from within Slytherin while Draco tried to sort of corrupt him from the inside. And what if Harry had to make those friends within the different houses, bring them all together? I think it would have given us a more 360-degree view of Hogwarts, which I think would have been really interesting. But jumping back to the beginning, this is something that I've never understood in any of the books. If the Dursleys hate Harry so much and want him out of their lives, why do they put so much effort into preventing him from going to Hogwarts every year? It's like, just let him be gone. Why are you trying to pull him back in the window when Ron and Fred and George are trying to take him away? It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes for a funny chapter, but doesn't really pass the smell test of I guess they really want to feel in control of this kid. That's really all I can think of. And I do have this theory which may explain why people don't like the Chamber of Secrets as much, and I call it my time to Hogwarts theory. Really, I think the more time they spend at Hogwarts and the quicker that they get there, the better the book. And Chamber of Secrets in particular, it makes sense in the first book because you have to build up Harry as a character in the context of where he comes from, but in the Chamber of Secrets, it takes 2.5 to 3 hours of audiobook time before he even gets to Hogwarts. So that's one reason I think the book starts out a little slow. But jumping right into Hogwarts, and this is pretty random, but one thing that I really wish we got more of in the future books is the dueling club and just duels in general. It was a lot of fun. In particular, finding out Professor Flitwick was a dueling champion, that's something that I want to know more about. And I really wish we got more of the Hogwarts teachers as well from the different houses. You get a lot of McGonagall, you get a lot of Snape, but what about Flitwick? That would make a great novella right there. Explain to me the dueling championship thing. It'd be a lot of fun just because it would allow us to see a lot of really cool magic that we're really not getting in the academics of Hogwarts. And really the biggest problem for me with this book is that the plot is a little, you can stretch it to make sense, but it stands on shaky ground because it all revolves around the fact that Dobby knows that Harry Potter is in trouble. So he's coming to try to save him and warn him because he finds out from the Malfoys overhearing their conversations that something is up at Hogwarts. Well, when Dumbledore breaks the nefarious plan all down, it's essentially that Lucius Malfoy is pissed at Arthur Weasley because he's coming after his dark artifacts. So he wants to get back at him, wants to delegitimize him. So he drops off one of these dark artifacts with Ginny, which, yeah, like, I get it. But then the entire plan that Dobby overheard is essentially that Ginny Weasley has a dangerous artifact, which then would look bad on Arthur Weasley, maybe would be dangerous, but also Harry he's a first generation pureblood. I'm not entirely sure how you classify that in terms of he's half pure-blooded. I don't know. Someone who's a deeper Harry Potter fan than me probably knows the terminology better, but essentially he wasn't in danger from the Chamber of Secrets. So even if Dobby did know that it was the Chamber of Secrets, the fact that he is coming to protect Harry is, noble and all, but Harry's never in danger, except for the fact that he has to insert himself into all these situations. And I guess my final thought, and you guys are really going to regret staying the length of the video for this because, again, I'm sorry, but how big do the pipes have to be for a basilisk to slither through them? I mean, you're talking about, I get it, Hagrid, you need a little industrial strength plumbing, but for an entire monster to slither through the pipes seems unrealistic to me, and just poor architecture. So anyway, that's it for my stupidly random thoughts about book 2. Let me know yours down in the comments below, and until next time, see ya.